Hello. I wanted to give a little bit deeper message from my holiday message. As I stated in my last little longer message, I was seeing cycles within cycles, and I want to keep this really, really simple. Since the 12-12 energy and throughout the winter solstice, I started seeing within people's energy fields, a lot of people are talking about the Christmas star that's visible now, that hasn't been visible for many, many years, thousands of years. And I started watching it when I was doing private sessions or when I was reading what I call the earth grids to see what trajectory humanity is on right now. And I started noticing it aligning between the 7th chakra and the 8th chakra. And for those of you that are not familiar with chakras, the 7th chakras are pathway for our own interconnection with source, our aspect of creator. And the 8th chakra is, you could say it's a bridge of having our interconnectedness. And this Christmas star was appearing right between that. And I thought, this is just perfect. It's where humanity is standing in the doorway as the more we are connecting and anchoring in our own God self, creator within and throughout, and allow the energy to radiate through us, the more we start recognizing our interconnectedness, the more we start looking and coming from things from a totally different trajectory, beyond duality, beyond programming, beyond the them against us, beyond fear, beyond ego, all those things. So then I started noticing that the energy alignment, there was all these A's. I saw the A. And my guides were saying, allowing the acceleration of anchoring our angel self. And for a long time, when I used to call it this energetic badge. And people would ask me, especially if I was doing mediumship readings or readings with people's guides and angels, they're like, how do you know that they are of a higher vibration and not a lower vibration, and who you're talking to and all that? And ever since I was little, the elders and the masters taught me to look at people's energy signatures, and I used to call it an energy badge. And the badge is our passport. It's our own unique thumbprint. It has all these different symbols and hieroglyphics and colors in it. And it's becoming, you could say, it's our energetic passport that's within ourself. The more we're anchored into that heart, going back to the Christmas star, the more we align it, it looked like there was a direct tube went from that part right over your head, right through the quantum brain, and I saw all these activations happening in that part of our physical brain, allowing us to view life differently, view beyond the veil. Just to keep this really simple. Then it goes right into the sacred heart, says quantum heart energy that looks like a donut shape, torus shape, right in the center of the heart chakra. And then that center energy went right down into the quantum body. And so, especially since this year, my guides showed me last December, 2019, that this portal was open up a 90-degree right, and they were encouraging me for myself and telling people to take their right hand out and bring it right into the center of their chest and intend, think, feel, sense, or imagine that space where you're directing and creating pathways, passports, for us to anchor in and see ourselves there, and then start moving the energy between our physical spine and our spiritual spine, and just start moving it up to our crown chakra, and not even to go beyond the crown chakras. There's much more chakras than the 7th chakra. But right now, really strengthening that. And they were giving me that information since last fall. And now I understand why. Because the more we strengthen that, it's really allowing us to do these A's I just spoke of. Being able to align, allow, accelerate our anchoring of our angel self in our physical body, radiating the energy from within and throughout us. And the more we do that, it's really going to change your life. We're in this amazing stage of our 2000. If you thought 2020 was a trip, 2021 is just going to get better and better. And again, you could think of these energetic passports that lie within us. The more we anchor them in our physical body, they literally look like a huge Drano that goes through our meridians down to our capillaries, because we're getting a whole upgrade to connect with our quantum body, or the fifth dimensional body, called many different things. But if you just keep on in the thread of the quantum, this preparation that has been so palpable throughout the fall of last year and throughout this whole year is really prepping us for having this alignment of being able to think of quantum mind is seeing beyond the veil. Quantum heart is being able to live in our heart space and have access to our true heart energy, to love beyond our wounded heart. And that's a journey within itself. Many people are still living in the wounded heart. Wounded heart creates duality. Duality then allows us to, it splits our brain. It puts sunglasses on us, blind man glasses, so we don't have the lubrication to be able to rotate beyond duality. And even when you start doing that, the energy that's coming available for us now, allowing us to anchor in beyond duality. I say this to many workers, especially people that work in the energy field, that the upgrades that we're getting from the first 3 months of next year is going to allow many to start rotating beyond just looking at life through one view. Some people get very, very excited when they know that they're broke through the veil and they're looking at life to much more multidimensionally, but then they could kind of get stuck there, and then they really could get into a very place of, this is the way, it's like, this is the way to break free, and this is it's kind of, I call it my way, the highway. And can be tricky, and I understand being excited about seeing a pathway, and because especially if it's worked for you and you've seen the results in many other people, and it's profoundly worked with you and with clients, they say, this is the way to do it, this is the only way. But the way I see it as, there's always the this and that kind of component, that it created a pathway to get that passport starting to get lubricant, start getting the energy for us to have a wider view. But we're going to be able to have an ability to rotate beyond just that one view. When I'm looking at something, I'm rotating in many, many, many different trajectories to be able to look at a situation, a scenario, a person's energy body. I just don't go from one or two views. And I also know that this was a lot of practice, and that it took me in my 50s. So it took me a while for me to get my footing, especially if it was something that I really connected with and felt really good. If you go throughout the new age now, there's a lot of podcasts and stuff that are talking about the star seeds and the Lemurian energy, the Palladian energy, and all these star seed federation and all this other stuff. Totally understand what they're saying from. That's part of the council. That's the elder council that I've been talking to, the Council of 12, ever since I was born. I don't remember not referring to them. And their information is becoming easier for everybody to digest and to be able to download, right? But we also have to be able to have that fluidity to really back ourselves up and allow people the flexibility of, if something else resonates with another person, it doesn't make them wrong, because to me it just leaves a huge opportunity for creating more duality. This is the way. My way is the only way. It's just another way, a trickier way of white shadow stuff. So There's so much more I could say, but I just wanted this message to be kind of on the shorter side and going back to that beautiful, beautiful view of the Christmas star aligning. So if you could take away anything from this as we're finishing up this year, going into the new year, I want to invite you, going back to the A's, think of 4 A's or like triple A's, allowing the acceleration of the anchoring into your angel self, your passport, your energetic passport that's within each and every single one of you. It's actually your unique God's name or angel name, whatever you want to call it. And so the more and more we have time and create the time to tap into that alignment. Again, quantum mind, pull our energy out of duality. Quantum heart, pull our energy out of our wounded heart. Quantum body is allowing the current upgrades that are going to continue and continue and continue to get faster and faster. I spoke about it in many different classes, especially the God Codes program. I really got into how in June, I saw the magnetic flip that is allowing us to manifest. Think of magnets manifesting faster. And this magnetic pull is also, especially as it continues to speed up, we could recognize faster where we could use adjustment. I was having a couple conversations with clients that they're starting to know that what comes around goes around, happening faster and faster and faster. And if we don't have to be the karmic police and realize that everything is so precise and exactly it looks for balance when it comes to the karma energy, people are going to be feeling that. And this is not a punishment thing. This is you go back to yourself saying, where do I need to adjust aspects of my life? And I want to remind people this because a lot of people have said this as far as feeling down or feeling it's too late or they're feeling overwhelmed or they're doing all the right things and they get a gut in the, a life experience that has blown them away, lost a job, money, fear, all that kind of stuff. The 51%, there's a critical mass within our energy body, and this is what the council showed me a long time ago. When we have 51% of our energy tubes that are pulling in and continuing to pull in that higher vibration, it's going to continue to work. When you're not thinking about it, it goes in self-regulating, self-directing, and that 51% is so important. So that 48% means that we can have our bad hair days, is what I call it. We can get really pulled into fear. We could get paralyzed at times. But when we align and have that 51% of our energies aligning, all of a sudden 51 becomes 52, 52 becomes 55, 58. And the counselor showed me by the time humanity, us individually and collectively, are holding the energy of like 50, in the 80s, 70s, 80s, that's when we're literally parting the seas and, walking in walls, and just really beaming in and out of here. So that can sound really far out, but it's where we're going, guys. So going back to that alignment, that sacred alignment, imagine, intend, feel, sense yourself in the center of yourself. If it helps, put your hand right between your chest and intend that you're seeing yourself, that 1 to 3 inches of yourself, tiny. Imagine yourself small in your physical body. You're directing and intending. You're going right to that sacred heart space, the quantum space. See, feel, sense the energy moving in around there. And it looks like a gold light or platinum light, or a lot of times has a lot of diamonds. Don't get hung up on the images that you are seeing every single day. It will change different colors and different geometric forms because it's what your body could be looking at that time. So the most important thing is just allowing yourself to just stay concentrating and using your intention on letting that energy build up. And then as you build it up, you see, feel, imagine, or intend it going to the top of your head, the 7th chakra, down to the peritoneum. Top of the head, move it. It looks like a 1 to 3 inches tube that's in the center of your physical body. Then as it continues to move in, it looks like a light tube, a light cord, light saber or whatever those things called the kids do in Star Wars. Then imagine and using your intention that 1 to 3 inches starts moving through your physical body. And all of a sudden it's 3 to 4, 5 inches, 5 to 8 inches. And move this energy 360 degrees until you're right to the outside of your physical body. See, feel, sense, imagine those rays of that high vibrational energy radiating from the inside out, paying attention to behind your neck, underneath your arms, in the sacrum area. That's where we hold a lot of old ancient stuff, underneath your feet. And just intend, see, feel, sense that you're bringing that energy out to 1 foot around you, 2 feet around you, 3 feet around you. You're literally consolidating your energy. You're aligning to that, you're, let's say, getting a stamp on your passport. And the more we do this, the more easier it will become for you to realize when you're getting pulled in and going back to that 51%, when you feel yourself getting again a little shaky, it's the A's. Get back to allowing yourself the understanding that we're going through an accelerated process in our physical bodies now, and these upgrades are going to continue and continue and continue. And it's never too late to start integrating these, allowing the accelerated anchoring into our angel self, the A's, triple A, quadruple A, double A, or triple A, quadruple A. Said it right in the first place. This is your passport, your energetic passport. So as we're, again, finishing this year and thinking of the new year, and I'm going to have more information on that, I'm going to really break it down and keep it really simple for everybody. The takeaways you want to think of is A, that you're allowing yourself the 4 A's. B, it's never too late. C, that 51% of your body is starting to do this. It creates a magnetic energy that it's the energy, the high frequency energy is self-regulating, self-directing. It goes where we have blocks. We're getting so much support, and I can't even begin to emphasize how amazing it is, the direction and trajectory that we're going into, that humanity is going into. There's so many things happening on all different levels, and the more details that come in when I'm looking at the earth grids, the humanity grids, and the ancient ones that are sitting at this council of 12, this table of 12, you could take that information and start within yourself. So you start getting connected to the 12 aspects of yourself, the 12 different faces of your angel self, right? Then you could take that a little bit further out, where we are connected to our soul family, our soul tribe. A lot of people are asking about when's my twin flame, and I feel more energy of the twin flame coming around, because those energies have been rewritten since June of this year. I said that's going to be a whole podcast within itself. I've been watching the whole marriage, commitment, twin flame relationship under construction for years and years, but it became, you could say, official in June. This is exciting news, because it all goes back to ourself, where when we get our passport going and we start getting those stamps on our energetic passport, it gives us the freedom to start allowing ourselves to be in this world and not of it, reflect within and throughout our God self, and be able to really get excited about life. And when we have those moments when we get pulled in by life experiences, we have the tools to align ourselves back. So I could go on. I feel like I'm getting a little distracted here. But I want to say, again, happy holidays. I love each and every one of you. And for further information, as I said in my last little message, that I'm going to be doing more and more of little teachings through YouTube and podcasting. I'm literally setting up my office differently. And it's happening a little bit slower than my ego wants it, but it's happening. So I'm very, very excited about that. So sign up for the YouTubes or any kind of information. Kerrie O'Connor 1111 at gmail.com is a way to email me. And through all the social media things, I have a wonderful girl, Lisa, that's working with me with those and kind of reining me in with that, because I could get sidetracked when it comes to all that 3D stuff. I like my side of the aisle and doing my creative part, but everybody has their creative genius. And speaking of that, as I'm really finishing up, I've seen and spoke to many, many people that we're going to see a lot more collaboration, which I have to tell you personally, I'm so excited. And I also know part of it's my South Node, where I have Aquarian South Node. So that's somebody that has spent lifetimes being behind the scenes, kind of propping other people up and just getting joy out of being behind the scenes, right? But this lifetime is in a Leo North Node, and that means I'm here to take to be in the spotlight and doing stuff that I love. So the more I'm stepping into that, stretching myself, coming kind of out of the closet in different more ways. And I've said this a lot of times, and for those of you that could be kind of new to me, when I was younger, in my 20s, even in my 30s, I've always done energy work. I've always seen spirit. I've always been channeling since I can remember. 3 years old is when I think I technically went to a PhD course and learning how to work with the energies. And 7 was a real pivotal point where I really anchored in and just made a soul commitment. This is where I was going to do it. But I also really felt that I was going to be more behind the scenes, and that gives me as much joy. You know, when you look at stuff on an energetic level, you're not shining any brighter if you have more of a physical presence out there. I've seen some of the most profound channelers, healers, and you'll never know their names, and they work very much behind the scenes, and their job is just anchoring this high vibrational energy and doing what they got to do. But I also know from my own personal journey, mine is to go out there and have a little bit more of a presence. But going back to collaboration, I remember talking to an astrologer, a wonderful astrologer, Jacqueline James. And she, during my first neonate chart, she really emphasized that I have the tendency of wanting to group together and do, kind of give the mic over to other people and give them support in a quiet way. But the more it was really important. So anyway, now we're at the point where people are collaborating, and that the more we are collaborating to as we're reaching out and lifting each other up. In my past experiences, I was always get disappointed because it would be a lot of ego and a lot of just BS, and it just was very disappointing, to be honest. But now we're reaching the stage where our own energy signature, our own passport is going to draw magnetically the right person at the right time, and to empower and give these messages. So that is so exciting for me to see, for all of us. And so somebody's message, you might hear them and they resonate with you more than another person. You hear them differently. As long as the message gets out and it's empowering, it's having us get that passport stamped, that's what it's all about here. We came here to evolve, bottom line. How we do it, job, career, relationship, family dynamics, but our number one reason we came here to evolve in our own evolutionary process. And that now more than ever are we here to continue this process and reach a collaboration where we uplift and empower each other up. And for the optimist part of myself, that's very kumbaya-ish. And I've said this to many, many times, that I really am seeing us, especially over the next 3 to 6 months of 2021, we've reached a collective corner, that 51%, where it's going to be a beautiful time of bridging, of collaboration. And I'm just so excited about it, because at the heart of the matters, this is what we're all here for, to lift each other up and to realize that we are all, when we reflect the creator within and throughout, it activates the other person to do that. And then that energy goes out. So I'm going to wrap up with that feeling. As within, so without. And may you radiate your God self within. Let's get those passports rolling. God bless. And have happy holidays.